¿cómo se dice regresando?
Coming back
Yes, sorry. Coming back to the gym. So
from the gym,
from
from
the
the
gym,
gym.
yes.
Fantastic. How was it? Did you have a nice routine?
Yes. The normal routine. Um, Today was the leg day, and the thing that passed with me with this day is that I think that if I catch a lot of weight era peso, ¿verdad, teacher?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, yes, a lot of weight. I have this afraid of hurt my body myself.
Of course.
So this is a easy routine because I don't catch a lot of weight.
Yeah, that's it. Little by little is the best, right?
Yes.
Possibly. Oh, that's very, very nice. Um, do you think in a gym there is a lot of technology, Luis, or just a little technology? How much technology do you see in a gymnasium?
Um.
A lot or a little technology? How much technology can you see in a gymnasium?
Yes. I think normally technology it's don't a lot. Only plus the technology of the normally machines now, but no. I think that it's a little bit of the technology. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Well, there is this aspect of technology that many economists, scientists, social scientists, and different people um, talk about, and it is really really interesting to see their different opinions. They all have different opinions, beginning obviously with the famous Charles Marx or Karl Marx, right?
Yes. Okay.
Uh, well, let's take a quick look at what they say about technology and the impact in society, please. Do you think we can do that?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Karl Marx. Discipline, social scientist, economist. Viewpoints about technology. Technology as a tool of production under capitalism drives social change but can alienate workers from their labor. K-Works contributions, Das Capital, the Communist Manifesto. These are the books, not true?
Yeah, the books, exactly. These are the books. Or the contributions, maybe magazines or keywords or words that you find important. So, Marx says that too much work, too much technology can alienate workers from their labor. So, you do a job, but they demand so much from you that you end up hating your job. It's, oh, my job again.
Mhm.
What do you think of this concept of alienation at work, Luis?
Alienation. Okay, I only want to end to understand the concept. So, the concept of the alienates of the workers are this weight of the workers on the step of the routine that for a little or for a bad paga. No sé.
Pay, bad pay could be, yeah, bad pay or bad conditions
Ajá.
or routinary work. Maybe it's too boring, too mechanic. There may
Yeah.
be many different reasons why
Mhm.
you find your job boring or alienating.
Yes.
And according to Karl Marx,
Ajá.
uh, technology is normally a tool of production under capitalism,
Okay.
and it can bring some social benefits, but
Mhm.
also can alienate workers. Too much
Okay.
technology can alienate workers from their labor. What do you think, Luis?
Um, I think this structure we could saw on this no see sorry on this process that the things looks all right, but I see one problem on the alienate of the workers if I stay and understand the concept, that the all of these workers staying on one kind of conditions and one kind of status of the pay, but always staying under the math of the capitalism, no, del capitalista.
Yes, it makes
Yes,
sense.
and I think that the problem are that the the pay and the conditions, I don't think, also in the actually, and also in a lot of parts of the history that are equitative with the contribution of the worker. For example, it could be more easy the work of the only the people that stay and count the money of the empress. No, ¿cómo se dice empresa, teacher?
Company,
Company, sorry.
or
Yes,
enterprise. You can say enterprise too. It's also correct.
enterprise. Okay. Yes, and could be more easier this kind of work. And exists the another part of the workers that is always bigger, the bigger part, um the part that are like explode and only are paid by the capitalist thought, o sea, the capitalist ideas. And I think that on this we could see the alienate of these workers that stay alienate also of the month of the capitalists. And I think that I think could be never be justice, this hierarchy.
Hierarchy. Yeah, that is true. That's a very profound concept, Luis. Also, very much polemic too. If
Yeah,
you talk with your friends, sometimes we talk with the family, and inside the family we have different ideas,
yeah,
polemic ideas, which can be paradoxes or can be controversial as well, which is a good thing because it is
yeah,
impossible that everyone thinks the same, right? And with
yeah.
your friends, even with the family, I mean, I can come from my mother's womb. She was my mother. I'm part of her progeny, and we can think differently, right?
Yes, but teacher, on your opinion, what do you think that could be the the correctly value of the things or of the workers, the correctly parameters to show the correspondences of the pay of the conditions. What do you think? Imagine that you could change the world. How do you change this process that we could saw on a lot of parts of the world?
Luis, that is a fantastic question. I'm sure that if I could solve that, I would probably be changing history, right? But my little contribution is that every case is different. We have thousands, millions of people working for various companies for decades, for centuries, for
Mhm.
millennials. And the main thing I believe is to apply what is now known as by the Jesuits as a humanism. The
Oh,
condition can be hard and people can still find pride in their job, like the
mhm.
people who work in the mines. Mines are Mining is a hard job. Working as a policeman is a hard job. As a firefighter, a nurse, a doctor, those are hard jobs.
Yes.
So, how do you find a fair compensation? Well, that is a very, very deep concept. I think trying to be as fair as possible. If you are the patron, if you are the boss, you want to be fair. You want to, if you're making a lot of money, probably you want to share the profit, which is regulated by law in many cases, no? Right? It's a reparto de utilidades.
Yeah.
It's a very good, I would say, it's a very good solution in companies. But there are many jobs which are not necessarily part of a company, Luis. So you need to decide with your heart. Decide what you think is fair and is good for your workers. I think that's the best formula. I cannot say that 5% or 10% or 20% because there is a different case for every different situation. But
Mhm.
truly, if you have a good heart towards your people, you want to give them what you think is fair. So, in a case by case per case basis.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What do you think, Luis? What's your personal opinion?
Yeah, I agree with you, but also I have this afraid when I imagine the cases. It could be exist a lot of the variations, no, of the cases. I don't totally sure. Personally, I don't totally sure, but I I don't know. Yeah, it's a very difficult topic, but maybe I'm still in think that yes, it depends for the case, but in the majority of the cases, I it comes to my mind. So a little bit cases that could be more that the capitalist could be more generous. ¿Cómo sería, teacher?
Could be more generous. I'm totally with you. Totally with you. Sometimes we believe that it is not generous enough. It is sometimes a little bit abusive or exploitative,
Yeah.
and that is not fair because the people that is working for us are our neighbors, are our brothers or sisters,
Yes.
are part of the same region, part of the same country. So it is only fair to give them as much as possible if they are part of our own people, right?
Mhm.
So, but what do other people say about this? For example, I'm sure you've heard about Max Weber. He was also a social
Yes.
scientist.
Yes. A
What
little bit. A little bit.
a little bit of him. Okay, why don't we read what he says and let's see if you agree with what he says, Luis?
Oh, yes.
Max Weber.
Yes. Yes. Max Weber, discipline, social scientist, viewpoints about technology. Technology is part of the broader process of rationalization and leads to bureaucrations reducing human freedom. Keywords contribution, the Protestant ethic, and the spirit of capitalism, economy and society.
Yeah, he believes that technology can lead you to too much bureaucracy. And too much bureaucracy, sounds tiring, exhausting. Oh, bureaucracy,
Yeah.
bureaucratic. So he also believes that it can reduce human freedom. Do you think it's so? When you automate processes, you have less freedom. What do you think?
Oh, sorry. I only want to ask what is the meaning of the word lead?
Lead,
Lead.
conducir, causar, llevar a.
Causar. So this concept says that the technology it comes to us the bureaucracy and reducing the freedom es como libertad, ¿no?
Libertad, exactly, yes.
Okay, okay. Ah, but for why, teacher? For why stay in this point of view?
Yeah, but the thing is that he believes that if you start automating things, you
Mm-hmm.
become dependent on technology. Now you are dependent on technology. For example, some people only wake up if they have an alarm clock. Not everyone, of course.
Yeah.
Some people don't go out if there is no light. They don't want to walk in the dark, in
Mm-hmm.
darkness.
Yeah.
You become dependent on technology. I
Yes.
mean, I am dependent on technology.
Mm-hmm.
If I
Yeah.
don't have my cell phone, I feel empty a little bit because I'm not communicated with my people,
Mm.
right?
I think the majority of the persons of the this time.
Yeah. So in a little bit, you become dependent. It reduces human freedom. With no technology, some people believe that they are like slaves. Well, where is my cell phone? Where is my TV? Where is
Yeah.
my alarm clock? Where is my car? Some people
Mhm.
don't wanna walk. They feel
Yeah.
dependent on a car. So he believes, although when Max Weber, in his time, there were no cars, but there were carriages. And so we were more or less dependent on technology. I don't know if you agree in what kind of people that happens. What's your idea of this philosopher, Luis?
Okay. Okay. I think I will. I will. Okay. I am a little bit agree with the part that the reducing the human freedom, but I think that also give a lot of contributions. No, we could see on the history that this part of the history is a lot of different than the other parts. Imagine that one people that lived 1,000 years ago, he traveled on the time to this time of the history. Imagine now,
Yeah.
uh, all the people only focus all of his attention on one pedazo de,
Piece of equipment.
yes, piece of equipment, and it could see very crazy, very strange, but I think that these are like a very important contribution and also a good contribution. I see that a lot of people say that this technology, it comes to come to the people more. ¿Cómo sería flojos, teacher?
Lazy.
Yes, more lazy, sometimes more fools, a lot of things. And I don't contradict this, contradict this, all of these opinions. Maybe could have some of reason that these generations that born with the technology, it comes more dependent of this, but also I think that we desarrollate an another ability and the skills that, imagine that you give the same cell phone to the person that traveled to this time. This is it could be a lot so perdido. Sorry,
Lost. He may be
lost,
lost.
so lost. Sorry, yeah, so lost. This easy more things, and I think that the advantage that we need to, ¿cómo se llama esa cartucho?
Take out,
Yes, take it
obtain.
out of this polemic or this problem of this evolution of the time, are that we we take more easier a lot of things that takes time, and before we don't have this time to focus on another important things. Maybe if we could, if we have these easiers of in the life, such facilities, this advantage,
Facilities.
facilities, this, yes, these facilities, this advantage, we could focus on the, on a person, on personally, yes, on the, of the friends, of the family, of the work, of the, I think that one skill that is the most important skill that we need to develop on this part of the history is the part of the reflection. That is one part of the mind that is very infravalorated, but I think that, so more most important of this part of the history, and also till we reach to take it out, del provecho,
The,
no,
the benefit.
the benefit, yes, to this part of the history, and the technology.
Makes total sense, Luis. Now, let me ask you a polemic question, a hypothetical question.
Yeah.
Let's do it backwards. Instead of bringing a person from 2,000 years ago or 1,000
Okay.
years ago or 300 years ago, let's go back to the past, Luis.
Mhm.
Now, you and I are hungry. Okay, Luis, I'm hungry. Let's get something to eat. But there is no fire. Well, how do
Yeah.
we? Well, there is a rabbit over there. There is a zebra. What are we gonna eat? Well, there is no hamburger stands because hamburgers didn't exist 300 years ago. So
Yes.
I'm hungry, Luis. Yes, teacher. Let's go hunting a zebra or a rabbit. Well, how do we hunt them? We need to hunt. Okay, now we hunted a rabbit finally after 2 3 hours.
Mhm.
Let's eat it raw. Well, let's cook it. Well, but matches didn't exist, and lighters also did not exist. So we need to
Yes.
make fire, right?
Yes, we are lost. We are lost if we go to the past. But also, I think that if the persons of the past comes to this time, also they stay lost on this time of the history. No, imagine
Yeah,
you go to the street and you see a lot of big machines with
a lot of what?
machines, o sea, muchos carros, a lot of cars, and for you, for imagine the person that 2000 years ago is very dangerous and scared, no, for this. Also, I think that
Yeah.
they don't could survive on this time.
Probably not. Probably not. What do you think is also a hypothetical question? Would it be easier to survive, to adapt a
Uh-huh.
person that comes from the past, or if we go back to the that comes to the future, or if we go back to the past? Who would be for whom would it be easier to adapt? Going to the past
Um,
or come bringing a person from the to the
okay.
future?
I think the persons that living from the past goes to this time of the history, but for I think the persons of this time, it could be more altruist than the another persons. I think that on this time of the history you could found it a person that could help you, and maybe you found the food on whatever shop on the skin one also or something like that. But imagine on the past, imagine that you make something bad and you go to the castle or you are crucified or something. No,
You go to prison, you go to jail, right?
yes, yes. No, I prefer that the people of the past comes to this time
To the future.
to the future.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a very interesting hypothetical question because we think that life in the past was easy,
No.
but they needed to hunt, they needed to go on a hunt, they needed to go cook their own meal, to create fire, produce fire. I mean, many, many different things which now we take for granted. Oh, making fire is easy. Okay, let's make fire.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a Boy Scout, probably you will, right? But if you're not a Boy Scout, how can you make fire nowadays with the tools that they had before, right?
Imagine, teacher, that
Okay.
you travel to the past and you know what year is on this part of the time, and you go with the person that of this part of the time make history, and you stay into allies with aliarte with him, and for this you reveal the knowledge of the future, and I don't know, maybe change the history.
That's a great idea. Hypothetically speaking, is great because then you can give them the medicines that worked and probably prohibit or delay the inventions that were harmful, like maybe the atomic bomb or biochemical aggressives or many, many things, many concepts that are wrong for humankind, right? As society.
Mhm.
That's a great concept.
A lot. Imagine if you travel 2,000 years and you know Jesus, no, and you are one disciple.
What would you say? Would you say, the master, somebody in the group is going to try to kill you? Would you betray that?
No, teacher. Specifically on this case, I don't want it to change the history. Only specifically on this case, because I think that these are the plan of God. Only on this specific case, and you could remember step of the Evangelio, the
Gospel, the gospel.
the ghost. Oh, okay, okay, the ghost. That Peter or Pedro don't want that Jesus dies on the cross, and Jesus say to Peter that, ay, ¿cómo se dice en inglés? Go away, son of the demons, cause these are plan of my father, and you know, no.
Yes.
I think that this part don't be conveniently to change. But imagine that you travel with before that Hitler was rechased on the of the for the Academy of the Art. I think that yes, no, Hitler.
Rejected from the Arts Academy. Yes.
Yes, imagine that you go to abrazar a Hitler, no, on this moment.
Well, yeah, there are many. There have been many, many dark moments in history. Many, many. That's one of them, but there have been others, and yeah, that becomes well, it's a presumption, right? It's not real, but it's very interesting to think of what would have been the case if we had changed the past somehow and
Yes.
where, right? Well, who
Yeah.
knows? But let's see what Jacques Ellul says. He's a philosopher, and let's take a look at his
Okay.
saying, please, Luis. Can we?
Jake's a little philosopher. Technology has become an autonomous force that animates society, reducing human autonomy and freedom. The technology and sociality.
It's the same case. You don't have much choice. You become more or less you lose your autonomy and your freedom. Now we become dependent on technology.
Yeah.
Um, there are positive factors, of course. They make our life easier. We have electricity now. We have refrigeration that maintains our foods in conservation for days, for weeks.
Mhm.
We don't have to hunt lions or zebras or tigers.
Yeah.
So that's easier for us in a way. But also we become more or less dependent. Where do you see dependence on technology, Luis?
Dependence of what, teacher? Of what case? The
Technology,
dependence.
as I was mentioning, I became more or less dependent on my car. Yeah,
Ah,
I could walk, but now I'm more or less dependent on my car. I am dependent on my computer. If I don't have computer, if I don't have internet, man, that is dramatic, right?
yes. But yes. But I think that is only past the for all the people of the world staying on the same situations. Imagine that nobody have a Wi-Fi. Also, it will be a dramatic, very dramatic. But imagine that it could be impossible to recover the Wi-Fi. The people need to adapt again, no?
Yeah.
And you don't be worry era preocupado, no, teacher?
Worried? Yes, you wouldn't be
Yes,
worried.
worry of the things maybe of your work, maybe of your family or some all the people staying on the same case. So all the people need to understand, no, and adapt.
That's absolutely correct. Now,
Also
there
with
is,
the transport, no, with
well,
the
yeah,
cars.
yeah, absolutely, it's the same. If there are no cars, if there were no cars, we would have to walk or ride a
Yes.
bicycle. No
Uh-huh.
choice.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. But let's take a look at Herbert Marcuse, which is a philosopher and social theorist.
Yes. Harry Marcuse, philosopher, social theorist, technology under capitalism is a tool of control, but also be a means of liberation in a different social order. One-dimensional man. Okay.
That's a great book.
Okay.
And it's free online, so it's easy to get it. But, well, it can be a tool to control. Yeah, you have census, you have the Bureau of Census, you make census, you make predictions, you can forecast the weather. Well, tomorrow's going to rain, so we suggest that you take a raincoat. All
Mhm.
right, tomorrow's going to be very sunny, so we suggest that you wear shirts of short sleeves. Okay, it more or less allows you to control people. You have systems that GPS allows you to monitor where people are.
Mhm.
Now you can locate people with the help of GPS, the telephone tracking system. Well, you've heard about Snowden, or you haven't heard about Snowden.
Snowden? No, teacher,
You
I
know
don't
who
know.
Snowden is? Let's look him up, please. Can you please look him up in internet? Snowden. Who is Snowden?
Yes.
Snowden is a controversial figure that, well, you'll see. Snowden. I think it's
Snow.
Edward Snowden.
Ah, okay. Edward No, okay, yes, I found are author, no?
Yeah, if you can read a little bit about it. If you want to share or just read, please.
Okay, okay,
Edward
okay.
Snowden.
Ahí va. Edward Joseph Snowden, uh, born on 21 of June of 1983, is a ex-contractress of intelligence of the NSA and the Nugent Studios. Es estadounidense, ¿cómo se dice, chévere?
USA citizen or American.
Ah, okay, American. American that filter documents classified that reveal the existence of programs of vigilance global. It converts on rules citizen naturals on 2022. Okay.
Okay. And what did he do?
He revealed the programs of the vigilance global.
Yeah, exactly. He revealed it. He leaked uh, secret information. Um, Actually, the NSA's National Security Archive is the secret surveillance activities, and well, it created a global impact because it sparked the outrage. People became very angry and
Mhm.
started debates about balance between national security and personal privacy because now you were not private anymore, no privacy. Well, Luis is doing this at 5 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, Luis was here. At 7 o'clock, Luis was doing this. At 8 o'clock, Luis was going to the gym. At 9 o'clock, Luis went to bed. 9:30, Luis, well, he woke up at 7:30, 8:30. He went to school. They know your private life. You lose your privacy. I mean, you and our families, myself, my family, everyone, we don't have any privacy anymore.
Yes.
What do you think?
Okay. I want this idea. I think that comment to you some class before. I don't have any problem if the people see my life. If one people on another country on one part of the world, it doesn't care to me personally. I imagine that to a lot of people it's very dramatic, dramatic problem. But personally, I know my life. I know the things that I want, the things that I made, the things that I work, my activities, my routine. Personally, even if one person very close to me see all the things that I do, I don't have any problem, and I don't imagine that on the future I have problem. I want to work on a legal work, obviously, and a
Yeah.
good work that help on another people's. So I don't have any problem.
Yeah, and that's very nice. And that's actually, you should be proud of that. I know very few people like you, right? You, myself, of course, maybe, obviously, my daughter's friends, family, I mean, your family, people, but not too many people are like that. As a politician, hey, do you want to be under constant surveillance? He says, no. And you say, why? What are
Yeah.
you doing? Are you doing anything wrong or incorrect? And they're
Yeah.
going to blush, they're going to turn red.
Yes. But teacher, what do you think that it could be the things, the very problematic things of this? So imagine that these people observe your life. What happened? These people have the necessity of, I don't think.
Well, as you said, if somebody installs a video camera in my house, I said, well, what's the problem? I'm gonna do the things that every human does. Right? I'm gonna go. I need to go to take a shower. I need to go use the bathroom. I need to go to bed. I
Yeah.
mean, even if those are private things, those are legal things, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you want to be in discretion, right? Maybe I snore when I go to bed. Yeah, I mean, that's not a crime.
Yes, don't also, I don't think that for persons like you, like I, it needed not to 24/7, 7 days of the week staying observed. I don't think that it really needed, no, but we don't have problem, no. We don't.
Right. Yeah, but people still can feel a little bit invaded, invasion of privacy.
Yes. Mhm.
Could feel.
Yes.
I mean, there are some practices like, I mean, going to the bathroom is very private. It's not a crime, but you want to be under in your comfort, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there are moments which are very intimate, and those are only for you and your couple, right? You don't want to be
Mhm.
on TV because oh,
Yeah.
so those are things that deserve privacy, I think. But
Mhm.
there are many other philosophers. Look, a very famous philosopher, Martin
Yes.
Heidegger. Let me show it to you and ask you what you think about him,
Yes.
because some people tend to like him. I mean, people believe that he was a great philosopher. Martin Heidegger. Let's see what you think, please.
Martin Heidegger, philosopher, technology reduced the world and humans to. What is the meaning of this, teacher?
Technology reduces the world and humans to mere resources,
Mere.
recursos.
¿Menos?
El mero es el mero recurso.
Ah, okay. Mere resources. Distancing humanity from authentic being.
Well, that's already philosophical, right? Because what is the nature of being? I am, well, you are what? I am a man. Yeah, but what does that mean exactly? Physiologically, psychologically, as a social being, the concept of being apparently gets impacted by it makes us become resources, right? It says reduces the world and humans to mere resources. In other words, makes people become a machine. You're a machine. You're a worker. I'm a worker. We are mere mechanisms of society. That's the danger. Technology can convert humans into robots, a mechanism of society. That's a risk. It
Yeah.
doesn't say that it happens all the time, but it can happen. And that way, your condition of human becomes diminished. What do you think about that?
Okay. I I could be agree one part of the opinion, but don't know the opinion. I think personally that this essential, this authentic of the human, of the person, don't lost it. I don't think that we are really that we it come to be like a robots. I think that we are staying on one of part of the history that we are more automatic, more we also on a lot of cases we don't have the necessity to think literally to think. But I think that on this case and a lot of cases is a natural part of the process. So imagine we could the people that imagine that the people that living on the year one 1,000 years, no, this part of the history, we could also they could think um, that the first humans, the part of the humans are always living on the yes, outside, when they need to cazar. ¿Cómo se dice cazar?
Hunt.
Hunt. Ah, sorry, hunt. Yes, hunt to eat, fighting to survive. look for the one house. Now imagine this, and imagine that or yes, also always on a sedentary way or no nomadic way,
Nomadic.
nomadic, yes, that they only reserve one receipt of space, and on this they take it out his resources. But imagine the people that stay reflexive of the 1000 year, we could saw that they staying also lost this essence, no? Es esencia that the human also are another creature of the planet, and also the human need to hunt, need to fight for survive. Also, the history of the humanity is staying on constantly evolution in each year, not only on each discoverment, on an each war, on an each este, whatever part important of the history. I think that on each year the humanity is staying constantly evolution, and with evolution I don't want to say always on a right on a or a good way, or also the way that we want, no. But I don't think that it loses the authentic humanity that we start. We also have this part that distinct of the another creatures of the world. We rationality, we have the feelings, we have the a lot of things, no, that and another creator of the world will have. And also, I think that imagine that if we come to robots, imagine that of on 500 years on the future, the race, ¿cómo se llama raza, teacher?
Race, the race.
Human race ended his existence and only on the world staying the robots. Personally, I think that is correctly these are our legado,
Legacy.
legacy. These are the things that the humanity, the process of the humanity, since the hunting, the surviving on the first times of the humanity, these are the finally thing. And we don't make nothing with this, that only accept that we staying on one process, natural process. And yes, I think that don't we I don't be agree with the part with the a point of view that think that we stay in losses or we essential. I think that with the step of the time we construct this essential.
This essence could
This
be.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure there are we remain as you say, we remain in constant evolution. We don't remain as mere observers. We also change our values, our customs, our
Yes.
culture. There is a constant evolution, as you correctly pointed out. You're mentioning many concepts which are incredibly interesting. For this, I would like to share with you the next historian or philosopher, which is Louis Mumford. I wonder if you can read about him, please, and then submit a comment and share
Okay.
your
Yes.
idea,
Yes.
please.
Lewis Mumford, historian and philosopher, differentiating between democratic and authoritarian technologies, critical of technologies' social impacts, techniques and civilization, and the might of the machine.
The myth of the machine. Well, one of the main problems that industrial revolution caused, it brought benefits, of course. It brought many benefits, but also brought unemployment. Many people were laid off. They lost their jobs. They were being paid less and less because now the machine could do it. There were sewing machines to sew. There were harvesting machines to harvest. So in agriculture, in the garment industry, the clothing industry, eventually, and nowadays in the automotive industry, many processes are automated. Is that something positive or negative? Well, I personally speaking, I believe it is something positive, but also many people needed to make an evolution, needed to evolve to acquire new skills, as you correctly pointed out. What do you think, Luis?
With the part of the machines are automatic and are these things positive that cause we evolutionate or
We
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 evolve,
evolve.
sorry, evolve with this part.
We have we evolve. There is evolution. Consequently, we evolve.
Okay. No, yes, yes, yes. We evolve, but the my question what your question are what I think that this part that we staying evolve with this
Well,
uh,
with the advent of the machine, with the modern machine, the steam engine is the máquina de vapor, right? With the creation of the steam engine, many processes were automated, became automated and automatic.
yeah.
And consequently, people that were doing certain jobs were removed and replaced by the machine. What happened with those workers? Well, some of them created syndicates or unions, some of them created cooperatives in the wine industry, in the food industry, in various industries. They started in England, in the finance industries also in Germany, they created cooperatives. So the creation of cooperatives was also important to protect the workers.
Yeah.
My question is, Luis, when with the creation, with the industrial revolution, obviously the industry evolved,
Yeah.
obviously, but
Yes.
also that created some social problems, and the main social problem is the lack of employment. What do you
Uh-huh.
think?
Yeah. I think that like part of we our evolution on this part the people and all the people need to adapt of this is a part that is very difficult now to I could imagine very a lot of desempleados ¿cómo se dice?
Unemployed people.
Unemployed people, yes. I think that it could be very difficult, but imagine that we remote to the past, to the discover of the fire, the discover of the arms, of the weapons, the discover of the sorry of the even I want to say the discover of the systematic hierarchies, these steps of the history that stay in the organizations now one king one ejército imagine
Army.
arming. Yes, these also are one big problem of the humanity of this moment, no, that are one very higher position that imagine that you born on one family that don't have this possibility to reach to this position and only you born on the family of the slaves. It could
Yeah,
be
well, yeah.
it could be appear that imagine that you born on this time on one family of that only are hand of mano de obra barata, imagine.
Cheap hand labor.
Chief guy. Okay. ¿Cómo?
Cheap. Cheap as opposite to inexpensive, or the same as inexpensive, opposite to expensive.
Ah,
Cheap hand
cheap hand.
labor.
Yeah,
Cheap
okay.
hand labor.
Cheap hand labor. Yes, imagine. Also, it's very unjust. It's very difficult. But I I stay in rationally the humanity like the all the process on all the humanity, don't only the problem of one members of this. And it's very difficult, very sad. But I think that the humanity. need to adapt of this. Imagine it's very more difficult than staying the problem of the slave, no? On this part of the history, la esclavitud es más rara. A lot of
Yeah, the
strength.
strange. This,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yes.
very strange. Yeah, slavery is strange,
Uh-huh.
and it's also very sad and it's very bad. I'm
Yes,
sure
yes,
that
yes.
we were
But
lucky that we were
one
born
problem. Mhm.
where we are,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, but it's one problem that I think that is staying superado of the humanity, no?
Overcome, overcome,
Overcome, yes, overcome of the humanity. Oh, casi, almost overcome.
almost overcome. Well, yeah, there are issues with humankind. Humankind has always been the focus of investigators, researchers, um, talking about the evolution, the values, the ethics, the tools. Obviously, the technology. When you develop tools, you it becomes technology. And the question here is, what is the impact of technology in society? Which has been the impact of technology in society, according to various philosophers and according to yourself, which is perhaps the most important question, right? What do you think of the impact of technology in our society? Obviously, it's difficult to say black or white. That's impossible,
Mhm.
right? It's
Yes,
like the 50 shades of gray, right? There
yeah.
are subtleties. You can say, well, this type of technology has been very beneficial.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, no, but I se trabó, se trabó.
Oye, sí,
¿Qué pasó?
su internet probablemente.
¿Su internet?
Sí.
Voy a esperar.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me, Luis?
Sorry, teacher. I see you cold. Your screen cold, and I
Oh,
don't hear
I
you.
got frozen. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm back. Okay.
No, no, no,
So,
don't worry.
so what is the impact of technology in modern society? What is your
Uh-huh.
evaluation, Luis?
Okay.
Please.
It don't be white or red. We could say gray. Imagine.
Yeah, of course.
um, I think that it doesn't care if we think look of if it's a right thing or a bad thing. We need to be very honestly with the situation. Is the we born on one word that staying made, staying yeah, staying construct. We don't make a lot of things on this personal position, but I think that we could. ¿Cómo sería disfrutar, teacher?
Enjoy.
Enjoy, yes, enjoy of this world, teacher. And maybe it could be see this opinion like a very infantil. ¿Cómo sería, teacher?
And which is the word?
Infantil.
Childish, childish.
Childish, yes. This opinion could be see like a childish, but I think that this part of the history also have a lot of beautiful things, a lot of things that we could enjoy, we could appraise. I think that all the world are a piece of art. Um, we need to describe, what thing we consider like an art, but if we consider the art like the thing that have esfuerzo, ¿cómo se dice, teacher?
Effort,
Effort. Also, cariño, ¿cómo se dice, teacher?
affection,
Affection, effort, affection, um, time, work of the people. We could see the progress of the humanity and enjoy and love this world and try to apport yes a part of this world and how we could apport of the words. I think that we could a part of this world like be quality persons with values with even in of this with sorry even in without the part of the technology. I think that we stay and live on a one very conserved part of the technology and very strangely for a lot of people that cause I think that is very a topic very controversial, very yes, it's a very important topic, but I think that the world is changed and don't is constantly changed, but on this part of the world we could love these changes. We could accept the technology. We could enjoy the easiest thing that the technology brings to us. No, the the man construct design this technology, and I don't think that this technology is could it will be for only critic this technology are bad, this technology is staying only to make more full of these generations. I don't think this. I think that the all of the parts of the world, all of the parts of the history, all of the parts on each of one person, we could rescue a lot of beautiful things. And this es a gracia. ¿Cómo sería gracia, teacher?
Grace,
Yes.
that trait, positive trait,
This positive
trait,
trait
trait.
on all of even little things and accept this, affect of this, and only yes enjoy and try to a part of this. No, well, yes, yes.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that's a very nice way of expressing it. You see the positive side of the coin, which is a fabulous attitude. I enjoy that. I like it very much. And clearly, as you mentioned at the beginning, technology, like many other topics, is not something black or white, right? It has grades of
Yeah.
shades of gray,
Yes.
right? And the issue is, what is the boundary? What is the limit of technology? There is a movie, I don't remember if I recommended it to you. The name is Metropolis. It's a very
No.
old movie, but it's very, very interesting. I would like you to watch it if you can. Let me see if I can find the link. If not, I send it.
Metropolis.
Metropolis. Yeah, it's an old movie, Metropolis, by Fritz Lang. Is the author. It's very old, but it's incredibly interesting.
Okay.
And it's
Okay.
the discussion about innovation and the debate of a underground civilization with the dominant class and the workers' class. There is a clash between them, there is a conflict, and there is a critical point, there is a crisis. In this crisis, there needs to be a solution. I will not tell you the plot of the story because it's incredibly interesting. If you could watch it, that'd be awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
But very interesting movie. It's long, it's a bit extensive, it's like 2 hours, 20 minutes. But it's incredibly interesting, Luis. Hopefully you can watch it someday.
Yeah.
And and then we come back to this conversation in
Okay.
which yeah, the technology is positive, but to what extent? To
Yes.
what point? What
Okay.
is the boundary? What is the limit of technology? Because technology is advantageous, but also there should be a limit or not. That's the controversy, right? What is
Yeah.
the limit of technology?
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay.
So, well, there, as you can see, there are many scientists that talk about technology in different ways. Many of them talk in a positive sense. Also, some people say, "Well, yeah, it's really good, but there must be some limitations, something that we need to take care of." Right? For example, it says Marshall McLuhan. If you can read that, please, before we conclude.
Yes.
Technology,
Marshall.
please.
Yes. Sorry, teacher. Marshall McLuhan, media theorist, technology, especially media, extends human senses and reshapes social patterns. The medium is a message. Understanding media, the essentials of man. Okay.
Yeah, there are ways. The media. television, radio, internet now, GPS systems, everything that connects people, the media, has exerted a tremendous power in terms of communication abilities and possibilities. It's incredible, but now you can communicate with a person in Russia,
Yeah.
with a person in Canada, with a person in South America
Yes.
instantaneously. When years ago, decades ago, well, century, 1 century ago, was absolutely people could not even dream about that, right?
Yeah.
So it has extended your senses. Now
Yeah.
you can feel a person even if that person is 1,000 kilometers away. Let's suppose that
Yes.
your parents go on a trip. Your parents go to Cancun, and you make a call and say, "Hey, mom, dad, you're here." No, they're not here. They 2,000 kilometers south.
Yeah. Yes, but I see one problematic on this case, especially with the message. Only with this part. You know, before this facility um, process it invented, the people write no cartas says cards, teacher.
Cards, letters, wrote
Yes,
letters.
cards letters, and you only write one letter, no, that have one cost, have a lot of time till reach to the another person,
Yeah,
and you focus more on the message. You put more attention. You it's a deep message. It's important message, and also for this, I think even in the waiting of the another people till
yes,
the
yes,
your message comes comes to you or comes back to him. Some of the this process, I think that are more stronger the relations, and the message on the actually imagine that you could send one message that good morning to your 20 contacts, no, imagine
yes,
20
yes,
best friends, but it doesn't the same important of
yes.
the. Yes, it doesn't care a lot of than another cards, because you don't focus nothing, do you expose nothing. You're only copy and page, and I think the really I think that the message on the actually are a lot of superficial message superficial.
Luis, what you're saying is incredibly interesting, very, very interesting, and I fully agree with you. Fully agree with you. The more you multiply your contacts, the less importance you give to each of them, right? Because you cannot divide your heart in 20 portions or
Yes.
divide your mind. So, yeah,
Uh-huh.
I fully agree with you. And I like that as the critical phrase of today's class, right? The letters of the past have much more value and much more impact and were stronger than today's 20 messages. So that's
Yes, a
fabulous.
lot of
I like that phrase, and thank you very much for producing it because I fully agree. Okay, Luis.
yes.
Very good. Well, excellent conversation as usual, Liz. Thank you very much for your thoughts, for your wisdom, and we continue soon. Then, okay.
Yes. Sunday okay.
Soon is pronto. Soon.
Ay, sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
So maybe I don't know if Thursday or something, right?
Yes, Thursday is a good day for good day for me, because I exit to the school early.
Early.
Maybe you could take the class like a 1 or 2.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, Luis. Excellent conversation. Thank you very much. Take care and see you
Thank you very
soon.
much, teacher. Thank you.
Have a
Goodbye.
wonderful week. Bye bye. Thank you.